Thanks everyone for coming to tonight's show. This is Julia Anderson with Real Talk. Tonight's discussion is the fourth part of an 8-part series about the open secret of spousal abuse in the lesbian and gay community. Sitting in our chair tonight is Dr. Alexandra Porter. Welcome to our show, Dr. Porter.
Thank you for inviting me to the show.
The series will give an overview of what is domestic violence, the first signs of abuse, two couples speaking on their lives being in an abusive relationship, signs of abuse for friends and family, the law, resources to get help, and a wrap-up of the series. Okay, let's get started. Let me introduce Alan Ford and Mark Stevens. Welcome to our show, gentlemen.
Hello, Julia, Dr. Porter. Hi, ladies. Thanks for having us here today.
Would one of you like to tell us your story?
Well, I'm a model and Mark is a photographer. We met on a shoot. I usually have a policy of not dating someone in the business, but something about him made me change my mind. I immediately felt safe with him.
What changed, Alan?
With Mark, nothing. I became insecure and began to act crazy.
In what way, Mark?
Well, as Alan said, I'm a photographer and I meet handsome men on a regular basis. And often they have very little clothes on. That still bothers me. Alan would suddenly show up on shoots and make things very difficult. I lost a few gigs because of his actions. At home, he would accuse me of things that never happened, destroy my cameras and other equipment, and yell abusive things at me.
Did Alan ever get physical, Mark?
Yes, he did. And because I was abused as a kid and vowed to never let anyone put their hands on me in that manner, we've had some serious brawls. The police have been called on numerous occasions. Alan has been arrested 3 times. I would never hit him in the face, because that is his meal ticket. But I have broken his ribs on a couple of occasions. And I have destroyed some very expensive equipment that I ended up having to replace. Not to mention paying for Mark's dental work. I guess the worst part about this is that Mark has never given me a reason to suspect him of cheating. I'm just afraid to lose him.
But you do understand, Alan, that your actions could have easily pushed Mark away from you, right?
I love this man more than I could have ever imagined loving anyone. And sometimes I see guys looking at him and I get mad.
Have you guys been to counseling?
We went to couples counseling and Alan is seeing a counselor for individual sessions.
Has counseling helped you, Alan?
I have found that my actions have consequences, and I know Marky is faithful, but I still have my insecurities.
How do you handle Alan's insecurities, Mark?
I don't. Alan now knows better than to mess with my career, and when he gets crazy, I leave. And when he has calmed down, he calls me and I come home.
What's the longest you were away from home, Mark?
2 weeks. And I called him after 3 hours. That was the last time Alan has been that out of control too. So I think he has gotten the message.
Hopefully both Mark and Alan will get back to couples counseling and work out whatever issues they may still have.
I want to thank Mark Stevens, Alan Ford, and Dr. Porter for being on tonight's show.
My pleasure, Julia. Thank you for having me.
I want to thank you all for coming to the show. Please come back for the 5th part of this 8-part series on domestic violence in the lesbian and gay community. This is Julia Anderson with Real Talk. Bye-bye.